Well, the boss is back. Bruce Springsteen's new music has been called a window into the American soul. It's raw, it's gritty, it's all Bruce. His highly anticipated new album, Devils&Dust, hits the stores tomorrow, but don't go looking for the E Street Band. This album is Springsteen's solo. Recently, I sat down with him for an exclusive interview. Where else but on the Jersey Shore.
It's been a long time coming, my dear.
Bruce Springsteen has gotten back to basics with his new CD, Devils&Dust. It's a spare, stark collection that showcases Springsteen as storyteller. I think you said somewhere about a lot of the songs on this album, they're about people trying to handle the challenges in their life, and sometimes they do it well and sometimes they do it tragically. And when it comes right down to it,
like all of us,
I was going to say that that's like all, most good songs have some element of that. And I guess most people who write those songs have some element of that also.
Well, you got it. You can't, you're not writing, you're never writing something that's totally outside of yourself. That's the essential element. It's how you sort of declare your solidarity with that character, and it's how you show your respect for his experiences, is by drawing up the part of you that's him and vice versa. That's what makes the song real. That's what makes people sit on the edge of the seat when you're telling your story. That's why when it's over, they feel like that's me.
She took off a stocking.
He's a storyteller who will go as far as he needs to, maybe even further than his fans are ready to go. One song, Reno, is so graphic, it got the boss a warning label. When's the last time you had a label on the back of a CD that said, "This song contains some adult images"? The song they're referring to,
I've heard that one before.
It's called Reno, and it's about a man's time with a prostitute. I don't think we want to go back to that whole writing these in hotel rooms after the Tom Joad tour. I'm imagining this is fiction, right?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
What's that song about?
Actually, it's a love song. Actually,
it's a graphic love song.
It just comes at it from a different point of view.
But why did it have to be so graphic? I mean, there sexual intercourse images. Could you not have told the story without those things?
No.
No? Just leave it off the album?
No, I don't think so. And what's the matter with any of those things?
It gets you a label, I'll tell you that. Springsteen does things his way, an artist known for his integrity, but one who's also willing to make fun of himself. I was listening to you give the induction speech to U2 at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremony, and I loved one of the portions of that speech where you talked about, I actually have it written down, where you said, "Well, I was sitting on the couch in my pajamas with my eldest son.
He was watching TV. I was doing one of my favorite things. I was tallying up all the money I passed up in endorsements over the years, and thinking of all the fun I could have had with it."
How many times did some agent come to you and say, "Bruce, they want you to sell this product or that product"?
Yeah, that happens. You get the phone calls. Probably less now because people know we don't do it. But
any temptation?
No. I didn't. I was lucky. I didn't have to. I have no problem with people, doing it.
So like Born to Run for Nike.
Yeah, well, that was
The Rising for Viagra is the other one that comes to mind.
I didn't want to do it, and like I said, I didn't have to do it. I was lucky enough. I've had a good-sized audience, and for a long period of time, and so I always say I'm in a different situation. There's always something in progress.
We went back with Springsteen to his old stomping grounds in Asbury Park, where he's rehearsing for the Devils&Dust solo tour, which launches tonight. And here's a warning for his fans. There will be no E Street Band backing him up.
Had my finger on the trigger.
And the boss wants your full attention.
But I don't know who to trust.
Are you at all curious about how fans are going to react to this tour? Not the CD, but when they come to the tour. I read somewhere that you were saying that although you're going to do some softer versions of songs, maybe from The Rising and others, you don't want your fans to be yelling out half an hour into it, "Thunder Road,"
I always I give very clear directions to the audience that if it's kind of what it is for the characters to come alive. It's just a certain kind of music where you need a lot of quiet, and so I always have clear directions to the audience that if somebody's making too much noise, they should band together and beat the living crap out of them.
Turn your heart like you can trust.
Make no mistake, the boss is back.
And also, I like doing what I like to do, and I'm lucky enough to be in a situation where I can do that. I make my music. I make the records I like, and when they're done at the end of the day, I say, gee, this is a good record. I'd like to listen to it, you know. And those are the records I put out.
And after we talked, Bruce sat down and sang some songs for us, and you can see those performances tomorrow on Today as Bruce Springsteen kicks off the 10th anniversary of the Today Show concert series.